to the center of the middle of Europe, right? And we're going there and we're seeing what lessons can we get from German speaking alongside of their language learning, alongside of their cultural. And this is all what Cultural Unpacked is about. We unpack cultures that I've been to, and if you've been there, talk with me, write me a comment. Okay, and my only CTA for this video is when you're done with that video, go ahead and watch the next video. There's so much, from interviews to talk, to many languages spoken, to each and every language looked under the microscope, how to learn them, step by step. Every single thing is on this channel to learn languages. Welcome, my name is Multilingual Cat, and we're starting right away with lesson 1, Germany. Every time I went to Germany, I see this one picture, right? I see these big acres and acres full of woods, and these are like the tall, very green trees, right? And then there's so much space full of those windmills, and the highways, they're just one way through for hours and hours and hours. And whole Germany really looks like that to me. Even when you go over Germany with the plane, it's just vastness of nothingness, of just fields and of grassland and of woods. And for me, Germany is this typical, like, I would say if you didn't get the American dream, you can have the German dream. So you can have your own little house on the land in a little town that's called something with Illingen at the end, or Lingen. Okay, so there's so many places that is Dillingen, Ninnen, Fishingen, you know? And this is crazy because 5,000 people live there, right? For us, even where I'm from, in German-speaking part of Italy, if there's a community of 5,000, that's a lot of people, all right? That's lots of youth coming through, that's a lot of elders, and that's a lot of workers, 5,000. And so, yeah, in Germany, that's normal, something with 10,000. And then there's like eine Kleinstadt, a little city that has up to 300,000. And then there's like, around these cities, there's even like these little suburb areas, or just like, yeah, rural areas. And Germany just shows that. You have your town and then you have a shopping center somewhere. It's very similar to, yeah, I would say to Slavic countries, very similar. Why I say this is because, yeah, in Czech Republic, we have the similar living. Like you have a house on the land somewhere, and you go ahead and have your own yards. And this is so beautiful type of living, especially when there's like a family together living in one house. So this is really nice. And so going away with lesson 1 is that, right, everyone want to live their own dream, right? You want to live your own dream. You want to go your own path. And somehow it is doable, right? Through vision, right? So if you have a clear vision about yourself, this is once this vision and this picture in your mind is, is doable, right? It's doable. It's doable, and not only doable, but it's happening right now. Like with this vision in your head right now, you're painting the picture for it happening right now. And you can imagine, let's say in your dream, how does a dream get created, right? There's like an image that you see and it's like vivid, right? Then that means that it's real. How is it real? Like how can you touch it? Or no, but like in a dream, it was like 3D, right? You've seen everything 3D, 4D. And this is true somewhere, right? If you can see it now, then let's say this could have had happened, right? Or this can still happen, just like this. And so that's why the more you practice this picture without any, the more you practice just looking at this picture, feeling how it feels like being the person seeing this picture excuse me, then yeah, the sooner it's gonna come to fruition, right? The sooner this picture is gonna attract the colors and attract the lighting to make this picture vivid, and then it's gonna be a moment in your life. And so for our languages, we use three main goals, and that's what we call the VDA goal setting framework. The VDA, starting with the first goal you're gonna set yourself, the V, the vision, okay? And here's a video I made over goal setting, so if you wanna see it, it's right here. I'm just gonna make this, so I will later, when I edit, I see which part it is, where I need to link the video. And so in this video, we're talking, basically, if I need to condense it in 5 seconds, VDA. Basically, V is vision, so that's a goal that you see in the future from right now, and this is this vivid picture that you see, and if you came to that, to living that, you would know that you have reached your dream level of that language, right? And so, yes, so this is number one, the V. And then the D is the direction. This is a condensed goal from, from that vision, right? So when your vision was something big, like I want to have a bilingual family and one language of that is Korean, then this is going to happen in a couple of years, right? And so what are some condensed goals that will lead up to it, right? The first I can think of is like, I want to know how to kindly speak in that language, right? So what are some kind words? Hello there. How are you doing, my love? You know, like these are kind words and you can practice. And these condensed goals, the direction goals, once you have manifested them in your reality, this is when those goals show you the direction. You're in the right direction, right? And then in order to condense those goals, so let's say your goal would it be in 2 months from now that you have a little birthday party, Korean birthday party of your godmother, Korean godmother, and she brings lots of your small cousins. And you want to talk to your Korean cousins in like informal, sweet Korean. And yeah, you want to start the conversation with them, hold and finish the conversation, right? And once you've done this, like, you know, you're in the right direction. This can happen in 2 months from now, considering like you would start out learning right now. And then the action, so VDA, the third one is the action. And this is the action goal. This is a goal that you would have in a week, 2 weeks from now, and you need to study in order to hit that goal, right? And it could be something as simple as just self-introduction on a video, or have a little live stream where you're singing karaoke and that lyrics, right? You can do it right now, but in 1 week or 2 weeks, you can do it. And that's why it's gonna bring you so much closer to your direction goal. And your direction goal, once you've done your direction goal for 10 times or 5 times, then you probably your vision will have manifested by now, okay? So this is the first lesson about vision and German speaking and the German life, right? Excuse me. I want to take a quick little break, okay? We're gonna take 2 minutes, and I normally let you on to see the view, just to take a little sip of water, right? So I'm gonna leave the mic here, and then I'm gonna see you in 2 minutes. Yes, und willkommen zurück. Gut. Wir gehen jetzt weiter und wir sprechen über, we talk about lesson 2. So lesson 2 is I was surrounded most of my life by German speaking. So during my whole childhood, this is when I grew up in a German speaking part of Italy. Then I did travel a lot for my sports, and I did and practiced the sports in the club in Italian. I practiced it in Italian, but outside there would always be my colleagues or simply my competitors who also could speak German. But English was mostly spoken in this international badminton premises. And then German was also spoken a lot during my work period. So at the age of 20 to 21, no, from 21 to 22, 20 to 22, this is when I worked in 20 to 21, this is when I worked in Switzerland. This is the first year that I took off badminton. And there I was surrounded by a Swiss accent. And this was also very interesting because I needed to switch lots of German accents and dialects. And then, yeah, I went home and there's also German. So German is really everything in my life. And I really appreciate being mother tongue German. Why? Because German seems to be way more complex than many other languages. And so the apprentice of languages that are easier, like English, was so quickly, super quickly, or Spanish or French, you know, all those languages that follow after, that just seem to be low-hanging fruit, that are similar to the languages we already know and have mastered, then it is so fruitful to just harvest those fruits. And so in German, in those years I've worked in Switzerland. Over time, I've worked 5 times in Switzerland. It's been like, you know, starting to help them in 2020, you know, to get over the season. And then the next year, like I had them around, you know, like we've been collaborating for years now in Switzerland. And so the moment I arrived and spent there 1 year, I also led whole group camps, right? And so lots of responsibility was there. And I was talking to lots of Germans. And luckily, those German people were a little bit more mature. And so we were talking about using more complex German, more complex words, phrasing, and also just experience, right? Because they have a vast experience. And so I was able to hear great German with great accents, very clean accents, as well as great expressions. And being witness of that, it brought me to a different mind state of appreciating the language, of also myself adapting to this type of proficiency, right? And so what did I do? I would ask questions, and I would ask questions to the person from Austria that would go all their way to Liechtenstein, right? Or the person from Germany that lives close to Switzerland and works in Switzerland, or the person from Poland that is transferred to Switzerland. So there were many conversations going on. And this was so interesting because all of them were speaking such great English, even though sometimes they were from whole other parts of Europe. And so this was so exciting to lead, especially in Switzerland, because I feel in Switzerland the connections you make, they're very deep connections and very deep-rooted and very conscious people. And so I am so grateful and happy for the roots, for my citizenships that were given to me at birth and were considered at birth. This is my lesson too, is that the German culture is so precise and it is so warming, and just thinking of how educated and how fun it is to talk to German in German, then yeah, this is really beautiful. And that's why it is so worth it to learn languages, to just experience even these so beautiful right? And now we're gonna go into lesson 3 of the German speaking cultures unpacked. So for me, every time I went to Germany, what I saw was like gray. There was this gray sky, just like behind me right now. It was a little bit brighter, but you can just drive so fast, and like it's always this. And when it is in gray, there's like a beautiful blue sky with clouds in it, so beautiful and so vast. And in the distance, when you go near Bavaria, you can see the mountains, so beautiful, really beautiful. And so Germany is such a big country and so many people speak German. Even when you go outside of Germany, there's Bulgaria. The whole part around the Black Sea speaks German. Greece. People near the tourist areas, they speak perfect German. You go to Malta, you go to Sicily, they speak perfect German because they work with German-speaking people. And German-speaking people are everywhere, okay? In America, in Asia, in Africa, everywhere, there are German-speaking people. So lesson 3 is, if you want to learn one of the major languages, let it be English. Let it be all those languages you think, and then let it be German. I think German gives you so much insight. It is such a happy like place to be, right? Especially when you are in the south of German-speaking regions. Like, it's so happy. They yodel, and I want to yodel for you before we get off for lesson 3. And I kindly want to invite you to just keep the videos going and let the playlist run. It really will help so much. And I hope that you enjoy those videos that I shoot for you to let you know more about the cultures that I've seen. And now I want to finish this by yodeling to Aus Freude am Leben. Lass sie eine Jodler raus. Oh, I need to find the key. Aus Freude am Leben, lass sie eine Jodler raus. Aus Freude am Leben, so hat mir der Himmel gegeben. Alright, today was a little bit less easy for me, but this is okay. I'm so grateful that you came on today and experienced today's sun. It's a little bit cloudy, but we're gonna go on right in the second session of the multilingual chat. Just leave the playlist running. Aus Freude am Leben, los sie einen Jodler raus.